Alright, lesson 2, the essential elements of 4-H youth development. Lesson 2, essential elements of 4-H youth development, professional research, knowledge and competency, youth development main, youth development theory, growth and development topics. Materials, PowerPoint, slides, posters, essential elements of 4-H, essential elements, belonging, essential elements of mastery, essential elements of generosity, essential elements of independence, meeting youth needs in positive ways, meeting youth needs in negative ways, unmet needs, 2 flip chart, paper, 3 markers, 4 copies, appendix, lesson 2 handouts, participants are not receiving 4-H 101 curriculum, objectives describe the 4-H, essential elements of 4-H youth development, state with the consequences, meeting with the needs of the youth in positive and negative ways, practice developing positive youth and characteristics beyond the essential element, time 1 hour and 15 minutes. What to do, what to say, because 4-H youth development outreach armed with a land grant with the university youth development, a professional with a responsible with knowing with applying with the most current and valid research available to their work. Before we begin to examine and establish 4-H clubs with a group, we need to look at the research framework support with the youth development program. Ask yourself the question: what do you know? What if no youth development program exists? If you were developed one using the latest research that would assist the young people in becoming healthy and problem solve with constructive adults, what would it look like? Show PowerPoint, slide posters, essential elements 4-H. Answer what it would look like 4-H using essential elements of 4-H would create an opportunity environment to meet the young people's needs of build life experience. Although each 4-H club program is different, the 4 essential elements are common to all. The 4 essential elements are the belonging, mastery, independence, and generosity. It looks like what the essential elements mean in the relation with how the 4-H structure of the youth development program. Belonging, with the relationship with a caring adult, an inclusive environment and a safe environment, master in engagement in learning and learning new skills, independence, opportunity to see oneself as an active participant in future, opportunity to self-determination, generosity, opportunity to value and practice service for others. Let's examine the importance of each element more closely. Share PowerPoint, slides, poster, essential elements, belonging, you need to know that they are cared about and accepted by others. They also need the experience with a sense of physical and emotional safety to feel with a sense of connection to the others in the group. Research showed that the importance to the youth the opportunity for long-term and consistent relationships with the adult other than their partnership. Research suggests a single belonging may single the most of the powerful positive ingredient we can add lives in children and youth. Show PowerPoint slide essential elements of mastery. Mastery includes development skill with knowledge, attitudes, developed by the competent demonstration of these skills with knowledge in order to develop the self-conscious sense of the matter of young people to need to feel like they are capable of mastery, sometimes called self-efficiency. Setting with a promote self-efficiency, mastery, encourage young to take risks and set without challenge of the focus on self-improvement rather than comparing themselves with peers. What to do, show the PowerPoint slides, poster, essential elements of independence. Independence, youth need to know that they are ability to influence people's events through the decision-making action. Independence refers to the adolescent growing ability to think and feel, to make decisions, act on his or her own belief, on his or his own, by gaining sense of independence, youth, and the development of personal responsibility with discipline. Show PowerPoint slides, poster with essential elements, generosity. Young people need to feel like the lives of the meaning and purpose of the need, opportunities to connect with the community, with learning, with give back to the others, have a part of the process of gain and understand the other needs of learning how to respond to these needs. Generosity may also include the development of the values such as compassion and tolerance and diversity. Why is meeting youth needs so important? What happens with you if need to meet the positive way and negative ways unmet? Divide participants in 4 groups. Give each group a piece of flip chart paper, 3 of the different colored markers. Ask each group to draw a potty outline on the flip chart paper, and groups create a youth with a name and age, of gender, hobbies, etc. Assign each group one of the 4 essential elements: belonging, mastery, independence, generosity. Ask each group to list characteristics the youth might develop in his or her need with a positive way. For example, if the group assigned independence, some of the positive characteristics one might include responsibility, self-discipline, leadership, etc. In your group, let's spend 5 minutes coming up with a positive characteristic for your youth that relate to the essential element of the elements you have been aside. In other words, if your youth needs meet a positive ways, and list of some of the characteristics that you might expect him or her to exhibit. After 5 minutes, ask each group to report their response back to the larger group. Now I'd like to each group to share the list of characteristics your group developed. What to do after all of the groups are reported reported show over the PowerPoint slide. Power characteristic youth needs are met in positive ways. What to say when the youth have already need for the positive ways, like through the participation 4-H to develop the characteristics such as those listed have valued by society. When youth it was welcome in the 4-H club at a meeting with the attached friendly belonging, where they would be able to learn skills, successfully complete a project, achieve the level of mastery, providing opportunities for the youth to self-select with the goals, wish for the achieve that provides for the independence and for the youth to develop caring, sharing, characteristics, generosity as they work with a team, participate in the project that serve the community through 4-H. Ask each group to characterize the assigned elements of the youth might develop if their needs are met in negative ways. In your group, let's take care of the 5 minutes list of characteristics related to assign essential to the element that might accept the youth to develop in his or her need that might in negative ways. After 5 minutes, ask each group to report back to the larger group. After all of the groups have reported, show the PowerPoint slides posted with the characteristic youth whose needs are met in negative ways. Now I'd like to each of the group to share with the characteristic group developed when the youth have their needs in the negative ways with man develop. Some of the characteristics we listed are not valued by society. Indeed, they can be harmful to young people and those around you. Youth who do not have safe environments such as 4-H clubs along with may seek with negative ways to find acceptance within elsewhere with such with the gang environment who exhibited bullying, rebellious behavior may be seeking independence in a negative way. Ask each group to list the characteristics of the assigned element of the youth might develop and needs to go unmet. After 5 minutes, ask each group to report back to the larger group. Finally, I want each group to spend 5 minutes listing characteristic youth whose needs go unmet. And I would like each group to share the list of characteristics of the group to develop. What to do? After all the groups have reported, show the PowerPoint slide post for the characteristic youth whose needs go unmet. What to say? Are you going? Again, you can see what the youth needs go unmet. They may develop the undesirable characteristics of youth who have an attachment with the other people that are rejected locally, they lack of the belonging characteristics without mastery. You would avoid the risk of the fearful changes and lack of independence. They often lack confidence that may easily be the influence of those who have not had an opportunity to experience like generosity or seeing themselves as perhaps antisocial. Again, so the PowerPoint slide I posted characteristic youth whose needs are met in positive ways. As we consider the way the youth needs for the unmet importance of youth participation in positive youth development programs such as 4-H is clear. Allow 10-15 minutes each of the group to come up with a strategy for the way to develop the positive characteristics for each club of the F for youth. Ask each group to take two characteristics, two different essential elements for the discussion. For example, the leadership under the independence and cooperation under belonging. Now, I want each group to take two positive characteristics from a list of the two different essential elements belonging, mastery, independence, generosity, brainstorm a way through the 4-H club to mind develop with characteristics in all you young people. For example, using leadership and characteristics which falls under the independence of the might suggest to the adults in the 4-H club to let your youth plan make the decision effect with the 4-H club. Let's hear your ideas of the building positive characteristics in youth 4-H club. We will talk more about the developing 4-H club later. Please know that the 4-H National Headquarters develops the program planning with a tool that can help with the build of the 4-H essential elements into your program. The tool identifies your program assets, and you can suggest research to help with strengthen working area information to where to access the essential element programs. Planning tools included with the appendix. References are Cressy, Essential Elements, Youth Development, retrieved July 20th, 2010. McKinley S. and Broad C. 2010 Characteristics of Public Youth Development, Life Skill Development, Lesson Plan, Purdue University Cooperative Extension. Branto L. Broken Leg M. Van Brocken S. 1990, Reclaiming Youth at Risk of Our Hope of the Future, Bloomington, Indiana, National Education Services. Alright, that was lesson 2, essential elements for the 4-H youth development.